So the question here is, does Durlabham also mean rare? Rare. Yeah, definitely. That which is difficult to accomplish is also rare to see. And so that's, am I audible? Yeah, so it also means rare, indirectly means rare. And then comparative tara and superlative tama. Yeah, exactly. That's what we said. So that suffix tara means comparative, and suffix tama it becomes superlative. Okay, those two are there. Okay, so Rameshji, go ahead, unmute. Okay, let me. Okay, you can unmute yourselves, Rameshji.
Jai Kumarji, in sloka number 41, Yoga Brasta, this does it mean that Krishna says, if we don't successfully do yoga, if we are done half, these are the choices you have it, these are the next janma you're going to born with the rich family or with the cultured family, or that's what he's telling, or what about the people, poor guys, they do full yoga with the full devotion?
Yeah, she's referring to all the people like that. So Arjuna's question was what happens to people who are in this path, so to speak, okay, but for some reason or the other could not complete the journey. It could be an accident, or it could be a natural death also, and couldn't complete it. At least in their mind, they couldn't complete it. What happened? That is the question Arjuna had. So that word yoga prashta is used by Arjuna. So Krishna is saying, yeah, that effort is not going to go waste. That is what he's saying. Because wastage of effort is possible. Wastage of effort is there. The entire, all earnings can go. Overnight it can go. Correct? What house we have built can go off overnight. A tornado can strike and the house is gone. Okay? So you have to rebuild. And so all this is possible. Loss is very much possible. But in this case, he says, no, such a loss will not apply here. That the spiritual effort, spiritual maturity cannot be lost. That is what he's saying.
That means that all of us, we have some chance to attain the moksha, as long as we're listening to Bhagavad Gita.
Absolutely. You can say yes, emphatic yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. You made my day.
Krishna made our day. Yeah, thank you.
Jai Kumarji, I have a small question. I mean, it's very basic question. Sometimes I get confused with the Adhyatma and Atma Jnana. Tell me if my thinking is right. Is both are same, or is it totally different?
So in a particular context, both are identical. So Adhyatma. So yeah, they're same. Adhyatma. Sometimes they use the word Adhyatma because Atma is confused as the body sometimes, right? I am tall when I say I is not Atma. I is referring to the body. Therefore, their Atma is not the body. So oftentimes the I that all of us use is referring not to the real Atma. It is referring to body and mind also. I am sad also refers to the mind only, not to Atma. Therefore, just to contrast that Atma, they will use the word like Pratyagatma or Adhyatma. Okay? Okay. Did you follow that, Bhagishri?
Pratyagatma, Adhyatma.
Adhyatma. So Adhyatma. So Adhyatma Vidya also they will say. So, which is Atma Jnana. And so, yeah.
Dhanyavad.
Yeah. Yeah, Swapna. I'm just going in the order of the raised hands here. Yeah.
Shloka, verse 42. The word dhimatam, um, I took it as lot lakar, like shamyatam, I'm wrong. It is an adjective, dhimatam.
Yeah, so it is Shashti, Bahuvachanam. Okay. Of the people who are wise. That is the meaning. Okay. So for
Okay.
example, so how did it take Yoginam? What is Yoginam?
Yeah.
So Yoginam is Shashti Bahuvachanam. So
Just,
of the
yeah.
yogis. Okay. So family of yogis. Okay. Yoginam Kule. So this Dhimatam is Samanadikaranyam, goes with Yoginam. So that also is Shashti Bahuvachanam. So of the family of yogis and of those who are wise, Dhimatam. So here Dhimat is the Pratipadikam and Dhimataha is Shashti Ekavachanam, Dhimatam is Shashti Bahuvachanam. Okay.
Dhanyavada.
So yeah, the Shamyatam is that passive, correct. So that is lot, correct. Lot and Lot Atmanepadi, is it not? Lot Atmanepadi, because Lot Parasmanepadi will become what? It will be Patatu. So like that. Tu will come. Here it is Tam. So yeah. So there's a reason for that confusion, but here it is. But for that, Yakara is not there. Shamyatam. Ya should come. And so here that is not there. Anyway, so
And
Dhimatam.
verse 43, bhuyaha. What does bhuyaha mean? Body?
Bhuya
Is
means
that?
punaha.
No.
Again. Bhuya means punaha. Again.
Oh,
Yeah, is again.
okay.
Yeah.
Bhuyaha.
Again makes an effort. That's what it says. Swami here says, Yatate. Yeah, Bhuyaha. So Bhuyaha is again or further. Further. Tataha Bhuyaha.
Dhanyavada.
Further than that. Bhuyaha. Further.
Dhanyavada.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mohan Sai.
Guruji, in verse 41, Suchinam Srimatam Gehe, it's he's born in a rich family. It is almost like saying like it is needed to be born in a rich family and be rich to continue this journey. It's little confusing that way. Why is that richness or that being born in a prosperous family needed to continue that? Why is it so importance is given to Srimatam?
Yeah, so that it is not needed. That is why 42 is there. 42 says it is not needed. 41 says, okay, you'll have a comfortable life and then you can pick up the thread. Or you can have an uncomfortable life also and pick up the thread. Because 42 is what? What Shankara says, Daridranam Yoginam Dhimatam. So people where there's no wealth at all, very little wealth. And so wealth can be an impediment. And so he gives both options, which is like saying, it doesn't matter. Your karma will take you forward. Your effort alone will take you forward. Okay. And I mean, it matters, but also finally it's up to you. How you use it is up to you. I may be born in a wealthy family, I can waste away all the wealth. I may be born in not so wealthy family, but I can use that circumstance very well. Both are possible. So Swapna, look at that. Dhimatam, Srimatam. Look at this. Srimatam also is same. Srimat. Dhimat. What is mat? Mat is a prefix in Sanskrit,
So
which
is
means
it that wealth, are we talking about?
we're not able to hear you, Swapna.
No, is it monetary wealth are we talking about, or culture, right? Is it?
Yeah,
Do we
Shuchinam
take
refers.
this as?
Yeah, so it is both. All things are needed. Comforts are also needed. If comforts are not there, then you will be spending all the time trying to get your next meal. So this pursuit won't be possible. So to that extent, comfort is needed. And so definitely comforts will help, but not necessary. Yeah. So here, yeah, wealthy and cultured. That's how Swami translates it. Is the Srimat. Srimat. Yeah. Shri, because Shri refers to all resources. Lakshmi, Ashta Lakshmi. So bring in everything. Yeah, Mahesh, go ahead.
So, continue on what Sai Krishna and Swapanaji said. I think a person is born in a conducive family or a conducive environment to continue where you left off.
That's it. That is it. Conducive environment.
Okay.
Conducive environment is needed. Two things are needed. What are the two things? A conducive environment is needed and interest is needed. Two things are there. Conducive environment is there. A lot of pravachans are going on, talks are going on, everything. But I'm not interested. Okay. Then all these Zoom calls and all that is not useful at all. Okay. I'll rather be watching some YouTube videos all day long. Okay. That is one thing. So Swamiji gives the example. He says, I'm going to some community to give a talk every week, twice a week. I go there or once a week. And then people are in Chennai. So he's going to in Chennai. This is Chennai context. Okay. And then people are coming from Kanjipuram, which is, 80, 70 kilometers away. They're coming. But then the people who are in this community, they don't come. Like the example he gives. So environment is there, but then interest is not there. So like that he says, both are needed. Yeah, interest and conducive environment. And here the interest
also
comes.
I'm sorry. I have one more question. That is, Paurva Dehi is previous body.
Correct.
Okay.
Paurva Dehi, come. Yeah, previous body. So Swapna, I was saying the Shuchinam Srimatam. So Srimatam, Dhimatam from the next sloka, all are similar, correct? Yeah. So mat is a prefix in Sanskrit, suffix in Sanskrit, which refers to asya asti iti matup. So asya asti. Whatever it adds on to, it gives a meaning. That quality is present in that thing. Okay. Shri Mat. One who has Shri is called Shri Mat. Therefore, that becomes Shriman or Shrimati. Okay. Shrimat is not a word. Shrimat is a root. Pratipadikam. It will become Shriman, it will become Shrimati. Got it? Okay. Shriman, Shrimati, we know. Okay. So same thing here also. And Dhimatam, Dhimati and Dhiman. That is how the words will become. Okay. And then, so like this. And then all this Matiman, Gatiman, one who has speed is called Gatiman. They have this Gatiman Express, in our trains. One of the trains is called Gatiman. Gatiman means it's supposed to be an express, fast moving, fast train, etc. Super fast express. And then, so Bhagavan, what about Bhagavan? Same thing. It would be Bhagaman, but then it becomes a ba, because there is a particular, the vowel, a, the vowel is there, then ma doesn't come. Then the ma becomes a va. So Bhagavan, same thing. One who has Bhaga is called Bhagavan. One who has Dhi is called Dhiman. One who has Buddhi is called Buddhiman. One who has Shri is called Shriman, etc. I hope you're following, right? That is the formation, Sanskrit formation.
Jaykumarji, just a quick question about what Maheshji was asking. Paurva Dehi. Dehi is actually the entity inside the body, right? Not the body, right? Dehi is one who inhabits the body, right?
Yeah, the Paurva Dehikam, the one who, the body which had the same Dehi in the past life. Same Dehi is constant. And so Paurva Dehikam. So from the body which this he had in the previous janma. How about that?
Okay.
From the body or from the life. What life? That this he had some time ago,
Okay.
before Purva. Yeah. Okay, Vijay Menon. Go ahead and mute yourself or unmute yourself.
Sorry. No, people, we have read in the past also that one exercises one's free will, right? That I want to pursue this spiritual journey or whatever. So even if he has come from the previous, with whatever Lord Krishna said, that you will be born in a family where you can pursue it, but he has to still use his free will to take it forward, right?
Absolutely.
That's one. And also we say austerities have to be performed, or tapa and all that, to really go forward in this journey. So maybe these things make it easier for him to take the right choices, and maybe less of austerities that he has to perform to make progress. Is that a right understanding?
Yeah, whatever needs to be done, he will pick up, he will continue. It's so the person himself doesn't know. And the austerities will continue, disciplines will continue, Shamadamadi will continue. Okay, Vairagyam will be there. He will build on the Vairagyam. And so parents are surprised. How come this boy doesn't like all these pickles and all? Pickle is life for everybody. And then this boy says, no, it's okay. Pickle hai to theek hai, nahi hai to bhi theek hai. So, boy will not say that. Child will not say chocolate hai to theek hai, nahi hai to theek hai. No, that is not the way child behaves. But this child is like that. This child will look at the mom and say, can I give my chocolate to my friend? Yeah, you sure? Please. What about you? It's okay. I think he needs it more than me. If the child talks like this, then this is amazing. But yeah, you're right. So that free will is there. So at any time one can abuse what is available, what is there, and so that potential is there. The Shastra does caution people who are studying about that, and always be cautious, because that sense can come. Oh, now I've studied a lot. No, I've done a lot of tapas. Now I'm very good at a lot of these things. And then the minute I get that thought, then it's gone. So
Then
yeah, Vaidya.
Namaste, Jaykumar ji. First, I wanted to make a quick comment and then ask a question also. So the comment is, when I look at Puja Swamiji's life and Swami Chinmayanandaji's life in their Purvashrama, so I would venture to say that Swami Chinmayanandaji was born in a family of Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe. Very well-to-do family he was born in, aristocrat Kerala. Whereas Puja Swamiji was born in more of a, I would say, fairly modest means family, but he has told us enough about his father and mother that I can say that they were yogis. And in that sense, I'm saying that, that he exemplifies that second verse.
Good observation.
And same, another parallel would be with, say, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It would be that second verse, the Yoginam. And then the first one is for Swami Vivekananda, who was born in a well-to-do family of Calcutta. Father was an advocate and so on.
Good observations, Vaidya.
Yeah. And then the serious question is, so this word yoga is used many times in these verses. So I'm sorry to go back a couple of classes before, but in verse 36, Krishna Bhagavan says about asamsayatmana yoga. That yoga is used there. And then Arjuna also in the follow-up question, he says,
Yoyam yoga
yoga chalita manasaha, right?
And even
And
before
so
that,
two
he says,
places.
Yoyam
Correct.
Yogastvaya. The first
Correct,
question.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So which yoga is being referred to here? And then same way here also, right? Yoga Brashta is said here more recently. So which yoga is being referred to?
So Lokesmin Vividha Nishta, Pura Prokta Mayanaga, Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam, Karma Yogena.
Karma Yogena Yogina.
Yeah. So Krishna broadly said there are two lifestyles.
Correct.
Okay. So bring both of them here, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga.
Yeah.
So that is what that the pursuit will bring us automatically to Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Now, this particular chapter is about one specific aspect of this pursuit of Jnana Yoga, which is Dhyana. Okay, and therefore this is Dhyana Yoga. One can argue this is about Dhyana Yoga. Okay, so either way you look at it, it connects to Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Siddhi, so some Siddhi, and so definitely it's not yoga here means a discipline. So discipline and it includes adhyayanam, study also. And so both study and any disciplines that are required for me to gain that adhikaritva, shamadamadi, all that has to be gained constantly. And so all that you can put in this word called yoga. So that journey towards moksha, that is called yoga.
Got it.
Purpose of yoga is what? Moksha. Therefore, whatever it takes for me to get moksha, put it in that category of yoga.
Correct. And then the yoga brashta means somebody who got interrupted in that path.
That's it.
Yeah, in the journey, and not so much the path to reach something, but the path to gain that knowledge.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Good. So we have a sad news from yesterday, 24 hours ago. So we have many of you may know Dr. R. Nagaswamy, and he was the director of the Archaeological Survey of India of Tamil Nadu, and he's a walking encyclopedia of Indian culture, our Sanatana Dharma, archaeology, architecture, all this our temple history and temple science, if I want to call it, and idols, and how idols are made and all the history of idols. Is such an expert that when one murti was found in London, stolen, and then they said no, it's stolen from India, etc. That discussion came up, and there is a court case going on in London, one of the courts, and this Dr. Nagaswamy was called to witness there in London to give that marks. Okay, this is how the murti is. There are some marks here. There are some sand here. There's all these things. So he appeared as a witness there, and so he has contributed immensely to our culture. And he used to be a frequent visitor to the ashram where he used to give lectures. And his daughter lives in Houston, and so we know her. That's how we knew Dr. Nagaswamy that time. And that history project I had started in Houston in 2012, Dr. Nagaswamy was the one who gave that inaugural speech, launching that history initiative, Indian history initiative. And if I find that talk, I'll send it to you. And then since then we worked with him on several projects, and he's given several talks, and but it's a big loss for all of us. For India, it's a big loss. And he's 92, okay? And even until 2-3 days ago, he's trying to finish his book, one of his many books, okay? That's how prolific he was, and very outspoken about the way the governments handle things, and about the way the ASI, Archaeological Society of India, sometimes damages structures in the name of renovation, all these things. So he's done wonders. So it's a big loss, and they used to come to Coimbatore and give talks also. This is before the pandemic period, and so it's been almost 3-4 years since I saw him. 3 years probably, but he brings good memories to us. His work will stay forever in our minds, and it will. A lot of his work still needs to be brought into our textbooks and brought into the mainstream narratives, and so that's something we acknowledge. And yesterday morning, about 24 hours ago, he passed away, and we knew he was aging and so forth, and so. But he was very active. Even even 10 years ago, 5 years ago, he used to go around places in Tamil Nadu, and he used to visit places and know about their culture. He used to tell me, Jayakumar, your village, Ammangudi, do you know what? That Rajaraja Chola, who lived 1,000 years ago, okay, who built that Tanjavur temple, Periya Kovil, okay, and the commander-in-chief of that king's army was from this village, he says. So you must construct something. You must construct a mandapa or something to memorialize that person in that village. That's what he said. Okay, and we engaged in many conversations, and so he knows so much about every nook and corner of this country. And so such a person we lost, and but there are a lot of his students also who are prolific writers. Kodavail Balu is there. Balasubramaniam has written a book on Periya Kovil, and he lives in Tanjavur, and I had a good fortune of meeting him also. And like that, there are his students in Coimbatore. There's one student, at least one, who considers himself to be a student of Dr. Nagaswamy, and so he has spawned a generation of scholars of his stature. So, wanted to share that information. Yeah, Vaidya, you had something to say.
Yes, I did. Yeah, like Jayakumar, you mentioned, because his daughter used to live in Houston, we came to know him, and I happened to attend one of the talks that he gave in Houston, and I've also met him once in Gurukulam in Coimbatore. Once when I was visiting Krishnan and Indu at that time, he was visiting also. And if people, after today's talk, I'll send a link to an article, news portal called Swarajya. There is a very nice article about Professor Nagaswamy by Arvind and Neelakantan, which people may wish to read to know more about Professor Nagaswamy. I'll share it through Vijayji. I'll send it. And then secondly, the other thing I would like to say is, a lot of people, including many people in our class, probably don't know this, that how Sanskritam and Tamil are closely related. We are always told in school that, oh, these are two, one is Dravidian, one is Aryan, blah, 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 right? And Professor Nagaswamy, one of his books talks about the mirror of Tamil and Sanskritam. I don't remember the exact title. It's a mirror of Sanskrit and Tamil, basically saying how Tamil and Sanskritam are very close to each other. And in a number of places, he has made this point. There is no Tamil culture without, Indian or Hindu culture, and vice versa. If you take out one from the other, it won't exist.
Yeah, very true. He also wrote a book called Tamil Nadu, the Land of Vedas. Like that, he wrote a book. Yeah. So Prasad Gurujala sent a link. Prasad, if you can send that link on the Signal group, everybody can also see it. So Prasad and I, we also worked as a team on these projects. We had a good run there for several years and organizing various talks and things like that. Prasad, do you remember that program and Dr. Nagaswamy spoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As in
Keshav Smriti.
Keshav Smriti,
yeah. Very nice. Any other questions?
I just want to make one comment. Leave alone the commander-in-chief of Rajaraja Cholan. In Tamil Nadu, we don't even have a proper monument for Rajaraja Cholan.
Is it not? Is it not?
We really need it. We really need it.
Is it not? Yeah, we need it. What a
go for the commander-in-chief.
Yeah, we can say that again. You're right. You're right. So much to be done. It'll happen. It's all happening. We are all moving in the right direction. This Tamil Nadu state may not be moving in the right direction, but the rest of the country is moving in the right direction. So
exactly.
We're getting there. Sundariji. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pray for that.
Like Bharatiyar, for example, he doesn't get his due credit.
Correct. Correct.
O.V. Swaminathan. So many people.
Many people. Somebody, Narayanji, sent a mail that day. 161st temple being destroyed by Tamil Nadu as soon as the DMK government has come. Bulldozed. This is what they're doing here. So we've got our work cut out. So we'll. But overall, we're heading the right direction. So very happy about that. Okay. All right. Comments here. Yeah. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you. Thank you very much.
ధన్యవాదాలు.